Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 5th video in System Center Data Protection Manager tutorial. And till now, from part 1 to part 4, we have done the installation for System Center Data Protection Manager 2019. We have configured the Hyper-V standalone Hyper-V host with the Data Protection Manager. We have done the Hyper-V failover cluster, and we have done the backup and restore for all the virtual machines like which is running on a standalone Hyper-V host or a Hyper-V failover cluster. So in this video I'm going to show you how to add your VMware vCenter server to System Center Data Protection Manager 2019. So in these days most of the VMware infrastructure having the uh, vCenter server running on a virtual appliance which is came from the VMware itself. It's a Linux appliance, so I'm going to use also a vCenter appliance machine to add to the System Center Protection Data Protection Manager. So it's going to be a quite similar steps if you are want to add the your like Windows vCenter server or the uh, Windows vCenter server appliance. So process is going to remain same, just need to do some extra trick when you are going to do your like servers which is running above 6.7 version for the vCenter server. It might be you are running 7.0 or 6.7 with the vCenter server appliance, so you need to do some tricks. So that I am also going to discuss and show you how to add those registries in your DPM server. So let's get started and do the hands-on lab for the vCenter server edition in the VMware System Center Data Protection Manager 2019. So before we move to the exact environment and setup, there was some prerequisite and limitation for the SCDPM related to VMware infrastructure backup. So you can see I have mentioned few things here which is most important thing. So if you use vCenter server to manage ESXi server in your environment, basically you cannot add then ESXi server to the DPM. You need to add the your vCenter server. It means if your ESXi server is getting managed by any vCenter server, then you cannot add your ESXi server directly to SCDPM. You need to add your vCenter server to SCDPM if you want to protect any VMs which is running on your ESXi host. So, and second thing, if your ESXi is not managed by any vCenter server, then definitely you can directly add your ESXi host to the SCDPM. So that is one thing. And DPM cannot protect VMware VMs to a secondary DPM server. So if you have a multiple DPM servers deployed in your infrastructure, DPM can only protect VMs which is running on your primary DPM server infrastructure. So DPM cannot protect VMs with a pass-through disk or a physical raw device mapping. So if your virtual machine having pass-through disk attached or raw disk mapped to the VMs, it cannot be protected. So only you can protect the VMs which is comes with the uh, you can say the normal virtual disk with the virtual machine. So and next, DPM cannot detect or protect VM's app. So VMware apps, vApps. So if you are running any vApps in your infrastructure, VMware infrastructure, DPM is not going to detect those things. So since it's not going to detect, you cannot protect those things. And DPM cannot protect VMware VMs with existing snapshot. So you have to make sure since the DPM is going to take the backup of your infrastructure virtual machines which is inside your VMware infrastructure. So those machine does not going to have a pre-created snapshot, because the DPM is always going to take the snapshot before taking the backup. So I'm going to show you those things also. And here if you are connecting your MABS, which is Microsoft Azure Backup Server, or DPM with the vCenter server, you are going to have a 443 port need to be open. And if you are connecting with the ESXi host between MABS or SCDP DPM, you need to open 443 and TCP 902 ports for the communication with the DPM server and ESXi host. So that is some prerequisite or limitation for the DPM. And this is my demo environment which I have created to show you how to add the server in DPM. So my I'm using 4 virtual machines. So for first virtual machine is Active Directory and DNS server. So this is my domain controller basically, which is running on running domain name labs and so on. So this is the same machine which I am using from since part 1 video. So you can see, so this is my domain controller, Active Directory and DNS role is running on this machine, and you can see the domain name is labsandson.com. So this is my AD infrastructure, Active Directory domain controller, and second server is going to be my SCDPM 2019 server, or you can say the Azure backup server also. So so both product is similar from the Microsoft. So this is my Win2K19 DPM server. So you can see here I have installed Microsoft System Center Data Protection Manager um, on this machine, and also this is a DPM server itself. So this is my domain, this is joined in my domain labs and so on, and you can see Win2K19 DPM. So this is my DPM server. You can see here this is freshly installed DPM server. And next I have a vCenter server appliance which is running version 7.0. so you can see hostname INVCSA70, and if I go here, this is my vCenter server appliance. You can see here this is running with the 16 gig of memory and 2 vCPU, and this is running vCenter server appliance 7.0 version. So this is my vCenter server appliance. And next I have one ESXi server which is running also 7.0 version. So this is ESXi01, and this is joined in my labsandson.com domain. So you can see here VMware ESXi 7.0. So I have already taken the this console for both my, you can see this is my ESXi host, ESXi01 labsandson.com, and this having two virtual machines, VM01 and 02, and this is also joined in this is my vCenter server appliance. You can see here INVCSA70. so this is my vCenter server appliance, and I have added that ESXi01 in this vCenter server, and you can see both the virtual machines here. So I can go ahead and close the ESXi. Since we don't need to add the ESXi, we are going to add this vCenter server appliance directly to DPM. So this is all about my infrastructure. So this is step by step how to add vCenter server to System Center Data Protection Manager. So before we proceed, this is the link which you can go and check out on the Microsoft website. Basically you can find it on System Center DPM 2019, and this is going to be, this article is going to be from apply from the running on 5.5, 6.5, 6.7. so also this apply on 7.0 because I am doing this lab on vCenter 7. So so you will see here prerequisite and limitation, configure DPM to protect. So everything is mentioned there, how to follow and what things you need to you know, make sure your DPM is successful. So I'm going to follow this article basically, and you can follow my video also, and if you have any query you can go ahead and check on this article. This is very much in detailed you can say article where you can get everything. So this is the trick which I was discussing. So this is also mentioned in step by step. So the first thing which is enable secure SSL communication between DPM and VMware. So this is not mentioned here. So few things is not mentioned on this page, so you need to make sure those things are available. So so you can see the secure communication means the HTTP, the certificate which is going to be installed on this certificate, which is basically coming from the vCenter server. It's not going to understand by our DPM server, so we need to install this certificate in a in our DPM server, local trust authority. So for that I'm going to log out from here first, and then I'm going to show you how to get that so certificate basically. So if once I log off, and you're going to log in back. Basically you can type your domain, basically FQDN of your vCenter server, and you can see here not secure, the connection is not secure. So we need to secure this connection basically from the DPM server itself. So when you go to the your FQDN of the vCenter server, you will see here download trusted root CA certificate. So I'm going to download this. So you will see this page is, if you are using the basically a browser, you can say this browser Chrome, it's not going to allow you to download. So I request you to go ahead and use the any other browser. Maybe you can use Internet Explorer, which I'm going to use here. So you will see here it's going to allow me to save file, so I'm going to save that file, and now I'm going to open the downloads folder, and you will see here I have it's in zip, so I need to extract it. So I'm going to extract this folder. So if I go to certificate, we have three types of certificate. This is for Linux, Mac and Windows, so need to go in Windows, and then you have a security certificate here. Just need to double click on this, and then you need to click open, and you will see here the details, everything like issued to CA, issued by CA. And if you go to details, you can see all the details like you can see OU name, VMware engineering, and this is going to be our vCenter server name, and all other details like local vSphere. So all details is available here. So just need to click on install certificate, and then you need to make sure you install for the local machine, because your DPM server is going to be create the secure communication. So local machine, click next, and then it will ask you to place the certificate. So I'm going to place it in trusted root certificate certification authority. Click OK, and when you click next, just you can verify this information and click on finish. And now you can see the import was successful. Go ahead and close this. And now if I close this link once again and just verify that certificate is installed, so MMC, you can open MMC, and then file, go to add and remove snipping. You will see certificate here, add, and you need to make sure you add computer account. Click next and finish, and click OK. Now you have a certificate view for the all your system. So now you can go here and basically you can verify your certificate is available or not. So now when you are going to open this CA certificate, you need to go in details, and you will see here all details which was mentioned before. You can see the certificate is installed, so this is good. You will see this certificate is okay. So now we have validated the certificate installed. And now when you are going to open again this page, like URL, you will mostly see the communication is like established. If you are not able to see, just close the browser and try to open once again. So now I'm going to open my vCenter. You can see now the connection is secured. So now we are able to make the secure communication with our vCenter server from this DPM server. So this is good. The first step is now completed. We are able to make the secure communication, and now the second step is add a new user account in VMware server and assign the backup admin role and to the user backup admin. So this is basically a temp, you can say the temp name. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you the similar step. So here, so if you are not a VMware admin and you will not get access to VMware server, then you need to request someone from VMware team to do this step for you. So just you need to make sure add a user. So this is mentioned here what type of access you need. So you can see here privilege for vCenter server 6.7 what you need. So you need to give all these permission to your user account which you are going to create. So I'm going to create this user in, and also you can see this is mentioned for vCenter 5 if we are running. So I'm going to create new user first. So go to basically you can go to administration, and then you will see here users. So now you need to select vsphere.local, and from here you can click on add users, and you need to provide the information, like I'm going to give SCDPM backup admin and type your password for this account and confirm the same password here, and you need to give the first name and last name, so SCDPM I'm going to type, and backup admin. And if you have any email account which you want to mention, so that you can also mention here, so I'm going to mention. So this account is created, and now I'm going to just put the description backup admin, you can say account. So this account is created. Now we need to assign the okay, so I have already created this account. So if you are not created, you can follow the same steps to create this account. You can see here the same account has been created, so this is good. So now what you need to do, you need to give this account respective privilege, you can say, which we are going to do here. So like we need to create a role, so I'm going on role section, and you will see here all the there are many you can see the pre-created roles, so you just need to create that role. And now you need to make sure whatever is mentioned here in this section, you need to assign those rights to your account. Like for example, I'm going to show you. So this is something needs to be done by the, you can say, the VMware admin. So you will see everything is mentioned here, so you just need to find those settings, and you need to provide those permissions to the users. Like here you can see the VMware virtual machine snapshot management, create snapshot, remove snapshot, revert snapshot. So same way, if you go to virtual machine and snapshot management, so I'm in a virtual machine and then snapshot management, so you can give these rights to the user account. Similar way, you need to find all these rights, and you need to provide those rights to user. So the first letter is going to be your like data store. If you go here, you need to go to data store, and then you need to find this allocate space. So you will find here allocate space, so just need to find those here. You can see this is the um, permission, so you need to assign all these permission and just click next, and then it's going to ask you the role name, so you can give the like SCDPM admin role and click finish. And once this is created, so you will find here, so you can see this is not added to the to rights, and you will see you need to validate all these rights here, and make sure the all required rights which is mentioned in this this article is provided to this rule. So once you fix this, you need to go to global permissions and then add, and then you need to add the permissions here. So it's going to be a local account, and we need to type SCDPM, and it will search for your account. So SCDPM backup admin, and what type of roles you want to provide. So we want to provide SCDPM admin role, and you need to select this propagate to children and click OK. So now basically everything which is under this global administrator, basically you can say since this is a global permission, every object which is inside your VMware is going to get that permission. So just to verify, if I go this on this particular virtual machine and go to permissions, you will see here the SCDPM backup admin and role is assigned. So this is good. So this is how you can provide basically rights to your newly created account in VMware. So this step 2, if you don't have rights to go and do the this step on VMware side, then you can share this step with your VMware admin to complete. And once this is done, The final thing on DPM you need to do some tweak is basically if you scroll down this page and go at last, so you will see VMware vSphere 6.7. So these two tasks you need to perform on VM if you are using VMware 6.7 and above. So for example, if you are going to add your server now in this DPM, it's going to fail with the error and you are going to get some error, so you need to fix this these registries and then you need to reboot. So I'm going to do this registries and modify these registry, and then we are going to proceed with the keys. So regedit, you need to open regedit and then you need to follow this path. So I'm going to follow the first path here. So there is a small difference only. You can see here local machine software and then wow 6432 node, and this is going to be a local machine software and then Microsoft. So let's follow the first one. So I'm here and then I'm going to open software and need to go to wow 6432 and then go to Microsoft and then go to .NET framework, and you will see here uh, .NET v2 folder, and then you will see the v4 folder also. So you need to do only copy this and you need to go select this root folder and create new and add the value. This value is going to be a dword value. You can see a dword, so just select the dword, paste the key, and then you need to put the enter 1 in a value data, click OK, and similar way you need to do this for the 4.19. so one more key need to be added here, so I'm going to add this key also. So new and set the value to 1, and now follow this to do it for .NET version 4. So I'm going to do this also. So 1 and then copy this. This is the one step which most of the time you are going to basically miss, and you will see your authentication is not happening and you will get the error. So you need to make sure this is fixed. So that's why I'm mentioning this step, because when you do it for first time, definitely you are going to miss this step, and which is going to cause you issue. So here do this again. So enter 1 and then copy the second one, and now do it for version 4. So now this is almost done. We are done with the step 3. Now we need to add the server. So to take this registry effect, we need to reboot our server. So I'm going to reboot my DPM server once, and then we are going to proceed with the step 4, add the vCenter server to SCDPM 2019. So in meanwhile, if you are running your if you are doing this on Microsoft Azure backup server, which is known as MABS, so you can use the same way to add your vCenter server to Microsoft Azure backup server as well. So the steps are going to remain same if you are using DPM server or Microsoft Azure backup server. So now let's wait for services to start. So some SQL services stop, so I'm going to start all these services. So So everything is good now, all the services is started. So I'm going to launch management console once again for System Center Data Protection Manager 2019. Now the first thing, you need to add the VMware credential which you have created on your vCenter server. So I'm going to add that. So my name is going to be SCDPM backup admin. This is my name, and I'm going to type something in description if you want, and this is going to be my vsphere.local. This is my complete user account name, which account we have created, and I'm going to type password for this. Just click on add. So now you can see this is added. So this is good. Go ahead and close this now, and now we are ready to add the vCenter server. So click on add, and you will see here Windows Server or VMware Server. So go ahead and select VMware Server, click next, and now you need to provide the FQDN. So I'm going to type my FQDN for the vCenter server or IP address. So I'm going to use FQDN. So invcsa 70.labs-and-so-on.com, and credential I'm going to specify my SCDPM backup and click add, and this is done. Just click on next, and you need to click here on add. So you can see this is succeeded, and you need to wait for some time to get this attempting connection to be okay. So now you will see the connection is established, so this is good. Now if I go here and just click on manage vCenters, manage VMware, you will see here one production server is added. So this is good. So now we need to validate the basically connectivity with the DPM 2019 and the vCenter server. So for that you need to go to protection. So now you need to click on new, and it will show you the protection group wizard creation. So click next, and you need to select server, and when you click on server you will see here your VMware server is going to show inside your available members. So if you expand this, you will see if you have a multiple vCenter server, you can see all. So I am having only one vCenter server added, and if you expand this, you will see the folder structure which is actually created in your vCenter server. So just to show you, let's log into vCenter server and verify these informations. So now if I log in with my administrator account, you will see this structure is the same structure which we can browse inside our DPM server. So if I expand this and go to VMs and folders view, you will see here in the under the data center we have India data center, then we have a VMs, and under the VMs we have a prod VM. So both virtual machines we can see here. So this is good. So this is all about how to add your vCenter server in System Center Data Protection Manager SCDPM 2019, and you can follow the same video too if you want to do the same thing on Microsoft Azure Backup Server. So in next video we are going to cover how to backup and restore your virtual machines by using System Center Data Protection Manager on your VMware infrastructure. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.